What's up, sinners? Infinite Sin back with another reaction. We're finally getting to the Map of the Soul series. I'm so happy, dude. We've come so far since we've started, dude. This is amazing. We're hitting the Persona album era. Like, dude, we're almost to the end. We're almost to the end. By this time next week, as long as I keep up this pace, we're gonna be to the end of this. I'm gonna have everything done, and when the 21st rolls around, we are gonna be with everyone, and I cannot wait. And I'm sorry if I'm being loud. I'm just really excited. So today we're doing BTS Map of the Soul Persona comeback trailer. I don't really know what else to say. If you're new here and you like what I do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If not, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. Just kind of keep up with things that I'm doing on the side or when I'm not recording. And if you want to help support the channel, go check out my Patreon. I got a lot of new stuff coming out, even more stuff coming out on the 1st of September. And also, if you're new here, I also do things a little bit differently. I like to watch the video, do a reaction, go through, analyze the lyrics, and then go back and check the visuals. It's a 3-part thing to this video, usually is. So if you're just here for the reaction, I'm gonna do that first, and you guys are more than welcome to bounce out if you want to after that reaction. But if you want the extra content and you want the extra context, stick around and watch the entire video, and I appreciate it if you would. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this spread. BTS Map of the Soul Persona comeback trailer.
Yo,
what's up?
나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 나를 답을 담아 주신 나랬겠지. How you feel? 지금 기분이 어때? 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해. 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내. 예전보단 더 웃어 소환했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아. 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어. 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해. 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해. 내 그림자 나는 망설이 이라 쓰고 불렀네. 갱극이 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네. 무대 아래던 나는 조명 아래던 자꾸 나타나 하지라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네. 야 이 짓을 왜 시작한 건지 벌써 잊었냐. 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야. 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아. 샤면 나오는 거 알지 치기 같아. 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈. 내가 아는 나의 그 어쩜 그게 사실 내 전부. 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤. 지실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것. 최초의 질문 내 이름 성샤 그 가장 앞에 왈 but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I? Tell me all your names baby. Do you wanna die or do you wanna go? Do you wanna fly? What's it so? What's it drink? Do you think you lie? Oh shit. I don't know man. But I know one thing. Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 난 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도. You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 잃지 마. 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까. 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나. 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나. 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나. 지금도 매순 가사나 숨쉬는 persona. Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry. Persona. Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry.
Dude, yes, that was so good, bro. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Bro. So head bumping the entire time. That was, you guys, y'all seen me react. Y'all know I usually fade out after a minute on the head bump, but I was bumping the entire song to that. That was so good. RM tearing it up. Appreciating the graphics, dude. There's so much going on. We are going to break down the visuals to the song and check it out at the end. But that's not for now, not right now. Notice the throwback to the school session. Lots of throwback references to some of their previous videos from that school era that they did at the beginning of this journey. And it feels like so long ago, almost like those songs are just, overdone and not even overdone. This just feels so vintage. Vintage is the word I'm looking for. Those songs seem so vintage, and we got throwbacks to that. So I really appreciate it. Enjoyed everything. I didn't know he was gonna be spitting. Kind of got lost in the beginning, and I was like, nope, not even following. Let's just bump to the beat and see how the flow works out. And it was amazing. Definitely tearing up the camera. In terms of, like, he knows what he's talking about. You can already see he knows what he's talking about, whatever that is. Really enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say about it, man. I'm still kind of in awe at the fact that I was just like getting down the entire time. So what we're gonna do is, that's the end of the reaction. If you guys are just here for the reaction, you can split if you like. It's up to you. But if you want to figure out the context behind the song, if you want to see what I saw in the visuals, stick around for the next two parts. I will be right back. I gotta set everything up, so y'all sit tight. Okay, so we're back with the lyrics. I have given this a once over to kind of collect my thoughts so that I can present this to you as easy as possible. We are going to go ahead and take a listen. Let me do a rewind real quick. Let me do a rewind. Okay, let me do a rewind real quick. Try saying that 5 times fast. Rewind real quick. No, not happening. Not happening. I can't even do it once. So, listening to the song, it's definitely, it's got some insight to it, man. I really enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and take a look, and I'll run through it with you guys. Now, those of you who are new, we are going to run through a little bit of the song, and then I will stop, go back, analyze the lyrics, explain my thoughts, and then we'll keep continuing on until we're through.
Yo, 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 나랬겠지 how you feel 지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내 예전보단 더 죽었어 소환했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해내 그림자 나는 망설이 이라 쓰고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 무대 아랬던 나를 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나타나 아지라지처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네.
Okay, so we're gonna stop right there, and it's going fast. I know it's going fast. It's not a long song, but it's because he's going so fast. So he says, "Who am I?" A question I've been asking myself my whole life. A question that I will probably never be able to find the right answer for. If it were answerable with only a few words, or if I were answerable with only a few words, God wouldn't have created all those various beauties. Now, an epic intro to a good song is based off of the way that you word your things, and I don't think he could have said it any better in the aspect. It's like he doesn't know who he is, so it sets the tone for the song. It's like, who am I? That's the very first thing he says. He's been asking this question his whole life. He still doesn't know who he is, and as we heard before, he's 25. I don't know about the time in this song, but like I ask myself the question every day: who am I? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to be? Like, we're constantly questioning that, and you're never too old to ask yourself that question or even think about that. And is a question you'll never be able to find the right answer for. And like, what is the right answer? It's like asking what is the meaning of life? You'll know when you've lived your life. You'll know what the meaning of your life was for, whether it be nothing or whether it be just simple, or massive, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna know till it's over. That's the answer. You'll never know until it's over. So if it were answerable with only a few words, he says, if I were answerable with only a few words, instead of saying if it, I think is like something we should focus on there. But it's not italicized, which kind of makes me wonder, but it's still good to look at. Said, God wouldn't have, if I were answerable with only a few words, God wouldn't have created all of those various beauties. And by beauties equals the different eyes or the different personas of which he has within him. Your personality trait. Says, how do you feel? How are you feeling right now? Actually, I'm really good, but it's a little uncomfortable. I'm still not sure if I'm a dog, a pig, or whatever, but then others come and put a pearl necklace on me, and then he makes a spit sound. So he has a bit of confusion going on because he has a lot of self-doubt. Like, how are you feeling right now? He's like, I'm good. Like, mentally, I'm good. I just feel off. And I've said that to you guys before on live streams. I've said it to you on Twitch. I've said it in my Discord. I was like, I don't know, something is just really, really like off for some reason today, and I can't really put it into an explanation. Like nothing's wrong, but you're just kind of waiting for the shoe to drop, I guess, or you feel out of place. It's a newness is the best way to put it. It's a state of mind of which you're not comfortable being in. And it says, as I explained in wrong translation, a dog or a pig is used in a sarcastic manner since it's a term to use to belittle the general public. And then the pearls being put on him, pearls before swine is a saying. It's a statement about classification. I don't even know. It says casting of pearls before swine. RM doesn't know what he is, and then others come put a pearl necklace on him, who could be a pig, and treat him as someone pearl worthy, making him uncomfortable. So like the fact that people are praising him even though others have called him a pig and he's being put on this pedestal, he's very uncomfortable with it because he doesn't feel like he fits the echelon of that statement, which I'm sure he feels very undeserving, I guess is the best way to put it. So he says, let's see. Okay, he says, at least I laugh more than before, a superhero that I wish to be. Now it feels like I really became one. But why is there more and more blabbering? One says run, the other says stop. This one says look at the forest, and the other one says look at the wildflower. So he's happy with himself. He says, at least I laughed more than before. A superhero is what I always wanted to be, but now it feels like I really became one. So he feels like he's achieved the goals that he set, but because he's achieved those goals that he set, he's asking what next? Who am I? What have I really done? Why is there more and more blabbering? One says run, the other one says stop. One says look at the forest, the other one says look at the wildflower. These are his thoughts in his head. It's like he can't focus on one thing because he wants a bunch of different things. But at the same time, he also is questioning what it's all about and why he's doing it. And this is almost like a midlife crisis, but at a young age, essentially. So, all right. Then he says, my shadow. I named him Hesitation and called him so once he became it. He has never hesitated, whether it is under the stage or under the light. He keeps appearing and stares at me fiercely like a heat haze. And then they say, oh shit. Now, hesitation is his fear, right? He named his shadow Hesitation. And shadow is very resemblant of fear. In my mind, that's what I would consider my shadow, my fears, or my anxieties. He called it hesitation. So he's scared of hesitation, but he named it, which is an acknowledgement of his hesitation and in his fears. So it's very oxymoronic in that aspect. They contradict each other. And so, whether it's under the stage or under the light, he keeps appearing and stares at me fiercely with the heated haze or a gaze. And it's like you can't outrun your fears and you can't outrun your hesitation, but you can take control over both. And it says, although shadow, here is the shadow in Jungian psychology, the above 4 lines reminded me of his interview at the beginning of 2018. He calls his anxiety his shadow. See, it grew as his height grew, and it grows at night. So at night, you know, when you're laying in bed, you're thinking about all your problems and what you need to get done and what you're, you know, nervous about doing, and you're just kind of anxious. Like me, I lay in bed and I'm like, what do I have to do tomorrow? How much stuff do I have to record? Do I have this? Do I have that? Like, I'm just going nuts, right? And he also acknowledges and accepts that the shadow will follow him wherever he goes and whatever he does, and therefore tries to become friends with his shadow rather than separating himself from it, which is actually a really good practice. Instead of constantly doing that, take control of it, become friends with it, acknowledge its presence, and use it. Don't just be afraid or put things off or say it'll work itself out. You have to have some form of control, because yes, usually things do work themselves out, but if you don't take any initiative to make that happen, to put yourself in that position, then you will constantly come up short, and that's not what we want in life. So, and then from here, his shadow keeps talking. We're gonna go ahead and listen to this part.
왜 시작한 건지 벌써 잊었냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 잠에 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 모점 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 지칠리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 일으켜 세운 것 최초의 질문
Okay, so we'll stop right there because this is a lot. Alright, so it says from here his shadow starts talking. Hey, have you already forgotten why you started this? You were just loving it that there's someone listening to you. Sometimes everything feels like total nonsense. You know what comes out of you when you're drunk, like it's like acting silly. So let me see what I wrote in my notes. Okay, so basically his shadow, his hesitation, his anxiety is getting to him, right? It's getting to him. Hey, have you already forgotten why you started this, man? You're just loving it that there's someone listening to you. Sometimes everything feels like total nonsense. You know what comes out of you when you're drunk, and it's like acting silly. Now, when he's talking about drunk, I mean, there's a couple of things that this could be, but what I'm really thinking is like he's talking about his fear, his anxiety, and drunk with fame and stardom instead of like booze. Yeah, he probably likes to drink, but I feel like this is a throw to stardom. And you know, when I get drunk, some of you guys have seen me drunk, so y'all know how I am when I'm drunk. So imagine like just being completely inhibited by your success, you know, being completely enveloped in your success and not using it for anything productive, but just like floating on it. That's what a lot of stars do. And his shadow or his anxiety is kind of getting the better of him because he's not sure if he should enjoy it or if he should continue to keep doing what he's doing and not enjoy it, or if he should have a mixture of both, is what it sounds like. And it says, someone like me isn't good enough for doing music. Someone like me isn't good enough for delivering the truth. Someone like me isn't good enough for answering that calling. And is that here it could be a religious calling or a great mission. In this term, let's consider the mission, not the religious calling. Someone like me isn't good enough to be a muse. My flaws that I know, maybe those are all I really have. The world is actually not interested in my clumsiness. So this is the self-doubt and the self-deprecated part where he's just like basically talking himself out of everything he's achieved. Like, and that's the problem right here is like a lot of depressed and bipolar people do this. You know, it's not that they want to feel that way, it's that they feel that way. Their brain makes them feel that way and says things like this that make them is like, oh yeah, I'd love to go out, but they probably don't want me there. You know, that's the kind of aspect that's going on right now with him. He said, when I toss tumbled every night with the regrets that I don't even get sick anymore of, get sick of anymore, and twisted the irreversible time like a habit. It was the first question that raised me to stand up every time, but the word that should come before the 3 syllables of my name. So this is talking about him wasting time. He said, when I tossed and tumbled every night with regrets that I don't even get sick of anymore, and twisted the irreversible time like a habit. It's like you twisted it, you misused your time, right? Have I misused your time? It regrets is like, what could I have done? He never even thought of it. He doesn't even care about what he could have done anymore. Because it was driving him nuts. And I apologize for all the noise. It was the first question that raised me to stand up every time. But the word should come before the 3 syllables of my name. The word should come before the 3 syllables of my name. You could say, but Kim Nam Jun, right? Kim Nam Jun, because that's his name. But let's see, the word that come before the 3 syllables of my name. So if you have a regret, you say, but Kim Nam Jun. You know, like, oh no, I didn't do it, but Kim Nam Jun. You know, it was the first question that raised me to stand up every time. But, and it's funny because but's not a question. It's just maybe that's what he's asking himself, and the punctuation's just off. So like, what if instead of but Kim Nam Jun, maybe like, oh, I did this, this, and this, and it says but, and then continue on with Kim Nam Jun. What have you done? You know, like, maybe that's what they're referring to. Seen many people speculating that he is aware of and is using the but Nam Jun thing. I personally strongly doubt if that's the case, since it is almost strictly used in non-Korean language-wise fandoms, especially in Stan Twitter, and it doesn't really work with the context anyway. See, that's what I was saying. Like, the context doesn't line up. My interpretation of this line, again, this is my personal interpretation, that it really is about the fundamental question, the question he's been asking himself for his entire life, and is still trying to figure out the answer, if there is one, for the question that pops up every time he agonizes and regrets. And the question that really penetrates through the entire song is, but who am I? Yeah, but that's not his name. Oh, well, if he doesn't know himself, that's a great question. That works. It works. You say, but who is Kim Nam Jun? Okay.
Yeah, who the hell am I? Tell me all your names, baby. Do you wanna die? Or do you wanna go? Do you wanna fly? What's it show? What's it drink? Do you think you lie? Oh shit. I don't know, man. But I know one thing.
Okay, so he's pretty much said all of this in English, so I don't really have to break too much of it down, but I'm asking once again, yeah, who the hell am I? And that's kind of repetitive of what we just read, so that solidifies that orange print, essentially. Tell me all your names, baby. Do you want to die? Tell me all your names. He's talking to all his personas. Do you want to die, or do you want to go? Do you want to fly? Where's your soul? Where's your dream? Do you think that you're alive? It's almost like he's got them all within his head, trying to break free and be their own person. But all of those aspects make up who he is. Interesting.
Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 나 나토록 하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 난 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 내지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 첩도 내가 되고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매분 매순 가사라 숨쉬는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry Persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry
Very cool. Kick it back real fast. Okay, so we're gonna review the last part of this. Let me find it. Okay, he says, "Yeah, my name is R," and so he says R because the R embraces all of his rapper selves, right? So you got Rucha Ronda, you've got RM Rap Monster, right? And reading through this, and I'll leave it on here and let you guys read through this because I know y'all are gonna be watching. Basically he's saying like, yeah, those are people that I was, and they're still part of him, but the time is now for him to like be this new person and do these new things and take those aspects of himself and make them useful, beyond what they were. Like, who are they gonna be? You know what I mean? So, they're basically telling him, you've got us in you, come grab this and run with it. Essentially, the me who I remember and who people know, the me who I created by myself to speak my mind. Yeah, I might have been deceiving myself, I might have been lying, but I'm not ashamed of it. This is the map of my soul, which is a great way to say it, the map of your soul. Like, these are the people that made up your past and make you who you are now. If you want to see who you are, you gotta, and like who you have become, you have to look back about how you got there. And it's almost like if you go back in your memories, that's the map, which is actually a really great reference. That's pretty cool. It says, "Dear myself, you must never lose your temperature. I'm gonna guess that's temperature. But you don't need to be warm or cold. Don't need to be good or evil. Though I might sometimes pretend I'm good, sometimes pretend I'm evil. Notice how he acknowledges possibility between warm and cold and between good and evil, which is repeating concept from Love Yourself era. This is the barometer of my direction that I want to set." So when I hear barometer, I think of air pressure, you know. Not sure he meant this, but barometer criterion can be separated into this or that alone. And placed after adjectives makes pretend to be, and whatever the symbol is a postposition that used when listing similar things. Both go well at the previous line in terms of the meaning and rhyme. It's almost like the pressure, it's almost like he's compressing, is what I get from that. The compression between, it's almost like he's compounding everything into one, you know, and the pressure is building, essentially. So the me who I want to be, it can also be I who want to be me, although the one above fits better. The me who I want to be, the me who people want, the me who I love, and the me who I craft, the me who's smiling, the me who's crying sometimes, living and breathing every second, every moment, even now. And those are all his different personas that he like has within him at any given point, at any given time. Who the hell am I? I just want to go. I just want to fly. I just want to give you all the voices till I die. I just want to give you all the shoulders when you cry. Basically, he wants to take all of these personas and use them in everyday life as one person, but sometimes it's not so easy to do. You know, like, I could be ice cold 1 minute and then be warm the next. I could be extremely aggressive and angry or mean, and then the next be the nicest guy in the world. But the point is to acknowledge both of those aspects of my persona and pick what do I want more. You know, like, those are always going to be part of who I am, and just because I don't do one thing doesn't mean it's gone. I'm not that person anymore. But how you manage the balance between the good and the evil and all the aspects of your persona is going to dictate who you are as one person. So it's just kind of like, you got to know yourself, essentially. You can't know unless you make mistakes and learn. So, but that's going to be it for the lyrics. Real quick, guys, I'm going to switch over back to my other screen, and we're going to go through the visuals. There's a couple things I want to touch base with in here. Thank you guys for sitting with me for this 23 minutes of lyric analysis. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Sit tight. I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. We are wrapping this one up, man. We are on the BTS map of the Soul Persona comeback trailer, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed everything so far. I know it's been kind of long, but we are trying to make it through this as fast and easily as possible. I hope you guys stick with me till the end of this. We're so close, dude. We're so close. All right, so we're gonna jump into the visuals. There were a few things I want to take a look at. Hope you guys don't mind. I mean, if you're still here, I guess you don't mind. But let's see what I see. Let's see what I see. Oh, it's too late. Okay. Okay, so what we see on the board. I am not what I happen. I am not what. Okay, so this is a Carl Jung quote here. They're all Carl Jung quotes. That's pretty cool.
Yo, 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문.
And I didn't think about this, but let's talk about kids. Let's talk about aspects of if you're a kid, all the different things that are going through your head and like changes that are happening with your body and like teenagers and having to be in school and deal with all of this at one time. They don't know how to express themselves completely. You know what I mean? So I didn't think about that. Maybe this could be a throwback to adolescence. Could be a reference to adolescence. Rebelliousness. What a grungy classroom. Okay, hold up. So this is, first off, what a grungy like tawdry classroom, you know what I mean? Like it's very small, very dirty, very torn up. You can tell it's been abandoned. It could be symbolic of the inner thoughts, like the sanctum of where your thoughts lie, you know, and how it must feel within that chaos. So these graphics, man, these are all stock footage. Like they weren't created. I mean, they were created. They had to be created to exist, but you know what I mean. But like, you can do this very easily. It's not that hard. Most of the time, you can find these in packages that are preset. And there's a like the spit. Actually, was that even spit or was that smoke? Okay, so it was spit. So it actually reminds me of anime. This, you know what I mean? Like it looks like anime spit. That was a custom animation. Okay. Throwback to We Are Bulletproof. Not the same thing, but it's a throwback. So I have a feeling that this album is going to be essentially a discussion on being okay with who you are and expressing that comfortability to others in the rest of the world, like knowing who you are, being comfortable with who you are, and living your life that way.
나는 나의 그 모점 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤 지실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 폭샤 그 가장 앞에 wild but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I.
What does the banner say?
Tell me all your names, baby. Do you wanna die or do you wanna go? Do you wanna fly? What's it show? What's it drink? Do you think you're live?
Dropping the mic. That's an expensive microphone.
Oh shit. I don't know, man.
CG.
I don't know one thing. Yeah, my name is Onega.
This is really cool because like I had to look. I don't know if these are fake or not. They look like real people, but like it looks like one person pasted constantly over and over again. You know what I mean? Like it's too perfect. It's just too perfect. I can't see all of the like genes. All right, you see this curve right here in this gene right here? It's got the same exact curve here, the same exact curve here. So it makes me wonder if it's copy and pasted. And it's not RM, but like this one, it's just one person in a suit and it's copy and pasted. I could be wrong, I don't know, but that's my theory. It's such a like it's a good animation, don't get me wrong, like I can't do it, so I'm not knocking it, but it reminds me of the Scorpion King animation that was just so bad. They didn't have all the proper aspects to it. It's like they're missing some things to make this look realistic, but they got super close, dude. They got super close. So maybe this, I kind of want to see the behind the scenes now, dude. I kind of want to see the behind the scenes to this. I'm not going to right now, but I'm going to eventually. I wonder if he used like a bodysuit or like a light scanner for the face. Because that's a deep fake. That's what they call it. It's really cool. They did a really good job with the graphics. I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm impressed. This feels like the start of when the graphics started getting heavier. So, because we haven't seen effects like that happen, like the snap at the end. That's a good one. The giant, that's a really good one. Maybe Idol, because Idol was the first one where we've seen a giant version of them. I wonder if that's gonna be a recurring thing. Very interesting. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been a long time. It's been a long video, and I'm not apologizing for it. I've enjoyed everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. But I hope you're not bored. So, if you did enjoy everything, guys, hit the subscribe button. I do this stuff all the time. I am not stopping anytime soon. I've got a little bit of reading I've got to do today. I've got one more video to record. It's already recorded, but I've got to do a recording for the recording. And it's been a long time coming. I'm working on Boy with Love next, so you guys, y'all hang out. It'll be out in the next day if you're on YouTube. If you're on Patreon, just go ahead and go to the next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. If you want access to early content and run episodes and other stuff that's coming in the next month, go ahead and check out my Patreon. You guys, I've enjoyed your company so much. Thank you for being here. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay healthy, and I will check you guys later.